all individuals discussed in this episode are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. The details presented are based on publicly available information and allegations, and no conclusions should be drawn until due process has taken place. Welcome back to the Daycare Lounge, where we uncover the good, the bad, and definitely the ugly in the childcare industry. I'm Ronnie, and today's topic is a story that has shaken the daycare world. A Maryland daycare operator has been indicted for fraud, accused of scamming the state out of thousands by billing for children who weren't even there. What makes this case even wilder? The state had already denied him a daycare license, but that didn't stop him from running multiple centers and collecting millions in state subsidies. Let's break it all down. Despite being denied a childcare license, this individual found a way to open and operate multiple daycare facilities in Maryland. He reportedly received state subsidies intended for low-income families, but investigators claim he was billing for children who were never actually attending. In 2018, state inspectors visited one of his centers and found only 12 kids, despite records showing 51 were present. And it didn't stop there. Just last year, another one of his daycares invoiced the state for over 20 kids, but when inspectors showed up, the facility was completely closed. And it gets worse. Officials say he also scammed the government by lying about his income to receive SNAP and Medicaid benefits. He claimed to be making only $1,000 a month, yet somehow he was living in luxury properties in Florida and Pennsylvania and driving 2 Bentleys. This false reporting allowed him to take advantage of government benefits meant for those truly in need. The Attorney General's office announced that a grand jury in Anne Arundel County has indicted him on multiple charges, including felony theft, identity fraud, and public assistance fraud. The Fraud and Corruption Unit of the Criminal Division led the investigation. Officials claim he fraudulently obtained over $2.5 million from the state of Maryland between 2014 and 2024. How? By owning and operating several childcare centers, including Habakkuk Outreach Ministries, House of New Beginnings, and It's a Brighter Learning Center in Baltimore. Since he wasn't legally allowed to run a daycare, he allegedly concealed his ownership of the centers and manipulated attendance records to continue receiving state payments. After losing his license, he even assumed false identities to keep the money rolling in, using fraudulently obtained licenses. For example, in February 2018, one of his facilities invoiced the state for 51 children, but an MSDE site visit found only 12 kids in attendance. Just last year, in October 2023, another of his daycare centers billed the state for over 20 children. But when inspectors arrived, the facility was completely closed, and no children were present. On top of scamming the daycare system, he also committed public assistance fraud. Between 2016 and 2024, he allegedly falsified his income and residence to continue receiving SNAP and Medicaid benefits. While claiming to earn only $1,000 a month, he was reportedly living a much more lavish lifestyle, with properties in Florida and Pennsylvania and 2 Bentleys. He even continued receiving Maryland benefits after moving to Pennsylvania, further hiding his income and assets. These charges are serious, and he is now set to face trial in the Circuit Court for Anne Arundel County, with a status conference scheduled for March 28, 2025. His actions have shaken trust in the childcare sector, especially considering how much families and legitimate providers depend on accurate state funding. For families who rely on state assistance, fraud like this can lead to funding cuts and stricter regulations, making it harder for legitimate daycares to receive funding. And for providers, this scandal casts a shadow over the entire industry. Every time a daycare owner is caught in a scam like this, it erodes the trust that parents have in the industry. Even the most trustworthy and caring providers are affected by these headlines. Imagine running a daycare that's dedicated to doing things the right way, ensuring kids are safe, loved, and well cared for, but still seeing a drop in enrollment because parents start questioning if the center is just like the ones they hear about in the news. It's a tough reality, and it's why accountability and transparency are so important in this industry. State agencies are now increasing surprise inspections and cross-checking attendance records with on-site visits. For providers, it's important to stay compliant, record accurate attendance, be transparent with finances, and if fraud is happening, report it. Should states be doing more to prevent fraud, or are good providers paying the price for scams they had nothing to do with? Let's talk about it. Send in your thoughts, and they might be featured in an upcoming episode. If you liked today's episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and share the Daycare Lounge with other providers and parents. Next time, another wild story in the childcare world, so stay tuned. Until then, stay informed and stay safe.